Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Doomcast. I'm live at Wizard World. I'm Dan Umpton, your host, and I am sitting with Josh and Mitch of Field of Geeks podcast. Guys, it's cool for you to come over and hang out here at Wizard World. It's been a good show so far. Last night was really well attended for a Friday night. Up till like 9 o'clock. It was awesome. It was a good show.
I was very excited, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about Field of Geeks and what you guys do, what you cover, and what you're all about.
Sure. Well, I was a big podcast listener for many years. Kevin Smith's been an inspiration to me, and he always says, start a podcast. And so I've been wanting to do it, and I asked my buddy here, Mitch, if he'd be willing to take part in it, and yeah, he was down, and just took time to gather the necessities of starting such a thing, and yeah, we just cover all kinds of geek topics. You know, it's kind of just like, it's free form in a way, but we try to give the news and not try to be so like Entertainment Tonight with it. You know, have fun with it. We'll go into tangents all the time. So
right, not making it entirely serious, just straight news, but also color commentary.
We don't want any corny. You know, we want to show that we actually love this stuff.
Right.
We're not posing or
that is frustrating because sometimes when you listen to podcasts, you can tell when people don't know or aren't really into the source material.
Right.
And I like the fact that you were telling me last night, you were like, well, all of us have a different like geek fandom specialization. So
yes.
What is your specialization, Josh?
I grew up. My parents they were vendors for like home video stores, so I was raised on a ton of movies. Probably a lot of movies I shouldn't have been watching. I developed a big imagination and a big like factoid, and I would just sometimes talk to people. They'd mention an actor, and I go, "Oh yeah, did you ever see this movie, that movie?" And sometimes they're like, "Oh, that's great. Yeah, I didn't know that." And sometimes they're like, "Kind of weird," or just like, "Get away from me."
So what's your favorite genre of film?
Well, right now, of course, it's the comic book genre. You know, all the Marvel, even the DC stuff.
There's a lot of good stuff coming out.
You know, I think along with tons of people, want the DC films to improve. You know, I saw Infinity War, and I'm like, why can't we get that for DC?
Their animated stuff is great, and I don't all you need to do is just let like Peter David or Mark Guggenheim take that over in terms of writing, and then just let the creative team that handles the TV part of things take the reins direction-wise.
Exactly.
And Young Justice is incredible. All you need is a Young Justice movie. Take that, put the right actors in it, get somebody to shoot it. Let Patty Jenkins do it. Whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm okay with that too. Yeah, get the good directors.
What is your film or not film but geek specialization?
Well, okay, so I grew up watching a lot of movies and stuff like that. I wouldn't say to the degree that Josh did, but it is fun going downstairs and seeing his room of like film. He's got a whole bunch of silhouettes on his walls, and he's got all the videotapes that were from these rental places. So it's like a kingdom of videotapes. But
a lot of demo tapes.
Yeah. I mean,
like demos of like.
They were screeners, basically.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
I see.
They basically sell the video stores like, hey, would you like this movie, whatever, and we get free movies in exchange.
That's
grew up
awesome.
on all of that stuff, and I would get the scroll at the bottom. Sometimes the Disney films would go black and white for a little bit, and then they go color again. You can never resell them or anything.
Yeah.
So when I actually got, when I grew up and was able to buy my movies, it was quite an experience to get a movie that didn't have all that stuff on it. But
it's not edited.
Yeah, exactly.
To keep me from bootlegging it. Now you can bootleg away.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
It's been great. Yeah.
And that's how I became a film pirate.
Yeah, right.
But I was just more of a fan of, growing up, Jurassic Park, all the Batman movies, stuff like that, I grew up loving. And I would recite movie quotes with my friends just constantly. Happy Gilmore, stuff like that, and it's something that I've always been a fan of, but not a lot of people, can recite movies as well as my friends that I can go back and forth with. And then that's when I figured out that Josh had a very strong interest in doing this, and I said, well, let's get something going.
Yeah.
And then Field of Geeks popped up, and
yes,
that was a real fun first day. Our first recording, we had what was it? A little microphone.
One mic.
I
didn't know anything about it.
In the center of our table, and here we are like trying to scream into the
guys.
mic.
Like battle rappers, you're like, all we need is one mic.
Yeah,
exactly.
We got one shot, and but it's cool that it's turned into like, and it is an undertaking.
Oh
It
yeah,
is.
it's yeah.
It is. I had no idea how much time I'd be putting into like editing and putting cover art with it, just making it attractive, hashtags, and social media. So
When
it's crazy.
when you give a crap about the product that you're putting out, it's exhausting to make.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm a perfectionist, so it's not. Sometimes I'm like, all right. In the beginning, I didn't mess with the editing much, so we pretty much had to be like, we got to make this best we can. But now it's like I can edit that. I rather not, but the intermediate's like we got to edit this thing.
Right.
Music, put some music to it, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
No,
I
you
think the
gotta-
first one we tried to do it just straight without any editing whatsoever.
And we had a few news topics, but man, we spent like 3 hours just talking.
Yeah.
It was great though. It was great. It was great.
And that's the thing, and it can get away from you too.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I had a 4-hour podcast once.
Or you're just like, oh, how do I fit this into an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Let me see. Before we wrap up,
Yeah.
there's two other guys associated with and regularly on Field of Geeks.
Yes.
Who are they and why are they assholes?
Oh man. Oh boy. Well, I'll take Joey. You can take Steve, but
Okay.
Joey's my brother, so yeah, I'll give him the asshole cred. Sometimes he's like, I can't make it. I need my beauty sleep. Whatever. But he's a pretty good sport. Yeah. I don't want to get in too much trouble.
It's okay if they're not actually jerks. You don't have to be like,
no.
these are their specific problems.
Yeah. Right.
Mitch is just like, no, first of all, he's a heavy drinker.
He may be. I don't know.
Totally out of control. Hygiene, terrible.
No.
Yeah.
But he, to his credit, he's super funny and he makes us laugh hard.
Yeah.
And he's a young guy, so I totally understand. Love you, buddy. You're watching.
I love you too, Joey, and I haven't even met you.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Steve.
Yeah, Steve was actually my boss at the job that I currently work at, and
Oh, wow.
yeah, and he revealed to me that he is a huge Green Lantern fan.
Oh,
And-
Steve and I are already boys.
Yeah, so he has what, over 2,000?
He's got a huge comic
Yeah,
book collection.
probably over 2,000,
Oh.
if not more, Green Lantern episodes.
Yes.
And
Steve and I
comics.
are already blood brothers
He's our
now.
comic guy.
he's-
guy.
Oh, wow.
Like, I love comics, but he knows pretty much everything, and that's our go-to.
Yeah.
Talk about a character in a movie, we're like, who's this guy? Boom, we
Like
can
some
knock it out.
obscure character like Quote
Yeah.
Man.
Right.
He knows
Oh,
all
nice.
about,
Yeah. Oh, we did a commentary on Green Lantern, and that was fun with him.
Oh, I can imagine.
I think we got maybe 30 seconds in. He's like, yeah, and that's when it went downhill.
Yeah. I mean, from the portrayal of Sinestro, Kilowog,
Yeah.
Rotlap Fan, like none of them
Oh,
were
man.
at all.
It was, painful.
Yeah, all of it was real. They made Tomar Ray into like not Tomar. Anyway, whatever.
I know.
Yeah, it's
Well, how about
really.
the scene when Green Lantern flies out with the lady in his arms? Looks so CG'd, it's not even funny.
Oh yeah, where it's no, it was the movie was the most frustratingly. We're just reopening old wounds right now.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
bad.
And we do that all the time on the show,
Yeah.
especially with DC films. Like
Yeah,
this. Oh my
I don't
gosh,
understand
this
it because,
is
well, that's me. I'm a huge DC fanboy,
Yeah.
big and bad, and I think that the thing that DC always wins on, and I always say this, DC is all about hope, like it's the best possible timeline. It's
Yeah.
the brightest timeline where it's like, yeah, there's crime, yes, there's evil people, but it's always like it's like 1945, never really, and like the good guys won and then just kept freaking winning.
Yeah, right.
And
right,
they did so in colorful costumes.
Right. Exactly.
And you don't need to go dark. Batman's dark,
Yes.
but even when Batman's dark, he's also like there's Batman the Brave and the Bold and 1966 Batman, and those both work perfectly because it's DC.
Right.
You
Yeah.
can't make a hilarious version of Wolverine.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe you could.
Right.
I could be proved wrong.
You like Logan, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was not a comedy.
Right. No. Especially
No.
that beginning scene. So, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, especially the ending. There's a short list of comic films that I think I have cried at. Logan's one of them. Legitimately moved by Infinity War. Green Lantern, but only out of pain. So,
I loved
like-
Infinity War. I saw it 2 times wore me out both times. After the second time, I'm like, I can't see this until it comes out. And then 2 days later, like, I want to see it again. You know? Deadpool 2 was great, I thought.
I feel like I was ruined on Deadpool 2 because of like coming in from Infinity War.
Of course.
Cable's one of my favorite characters, and so I was just like, oh, this is all comedy, and Cable doesn't get like, he's not Cable, really. And so I was frustrated, but it is what it is.
I understand.
You can't be upset.
I understand.
So to wrap up, where can people find Field of Geeks and find out more about you and go and listen to old episodes and new episodes?
Yeah, we're on all social media. We're on, you can listen to us on Podbean, Stitcher Radio, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify.
Yeah, we just got that,
And
Spotify.
we have a website.
fieldofgeeks.com.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, you're fine. And Facebook. So
Yeah, we're everywhere, so yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
like MasterCard, everywhere you want to be.
Everywhere you want to be.
Exactly. And I've been watching you for a while. I'm a huge fan.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us on.
I'm really thrilled to meet you, and this is great.
Heck
Thank you
yeah.
so much.
Well, thank you both for coming on and doing this and hanging out. It's great to meet you guys. Check out Field of Geeks podcast, everybody. Thank you very much. This has been the Doomcast live from Wizard World.